Sarah Dowie.
Oh, sorry. Such honesty isn't appreciated. Yeah, I know.
What did you say?
Nothing, mate. Oh, I said, oh, that's some confirmation from the minister that, you know, all the parish members associated with us agree with it. And he could just nod and agree with it. Oh, no, well, he's not.
In the same vein as the Honourable Nick Smith, and acknowledge the work that the associated churches do. I mean, whether you are Christian or not, their work in the ministry and bringing people together and engaging in their community is admirable, and it deserves commendation. So, as we've heard, this bill is a tidy-up bill. The existing legislation is terribly old and is not a vehicle that is fit for purpose for the associated churches. It's out of date, it has old language, and basically the churches can't manage their resources appropriately in this modern day world. They're more than just a venue, a church, albeit churches still have a place in our communities as a venue, but they need to be able to deal with their resources appropriately to deal with the programs that they have with respect to helping youth, to engaging communities, and just engaging with people to make them feel obviously more loved and more integral in a community that can be sometimes quite a lonely place when you live in an age of TVs and internet and things like that, when you just crave for some human contact. So this bill obviously will dissolve the old board and transfer the property to the new board. And as part of that, it gives the board the power to use its resources appropriately and enrich communities. There is an associated church in Invercargill. It's the Freedom Community Centre in Invercargill. It's in the Glengarry area. The building is well known. It plays an integral part in the Glengarry Richmond community. And I too praise its work, the trustees' work there at that church in building a community that and enriching their lives of youth, of children, of mothers and fathers, and of the elderly. It's integral in that community and has done some extremely good work. Matters that will not be affected, the bill, while it provides that the dissolution of the old board and transfer of its property, the obligations to the new board are not to be treated as placing a person in breach of or default under any contract or in breach of any trust. They are not to be treated as entitling a person to terminate or cancel or modify any contract. So these are administrative things that won't occur, enforce or accelerate the performance of any obligation of an existing contract, require the performance of an obligation or otherwise arising for performance.
Order. Can I just remind the member that just reading the bill out is actually not debating it?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Well, back to the purpose of the bill anyway, that it is to enrich the lives of people through the vehicle of the new bill, to allow the trustees to deal with their property more appropriately and to invest in activities that are not just the venue of the church. So with respect to that, I think that this is going to be an excellent bill, given that the previous one was old. They need this vehicle to make the change, to move on into the 21st century and dealing with their property. We support this bill, and as with respect to the Freedom Community Centre in Invercargill, I know they'll be very pleased to have this in place. I commend this bill to the House.